Welcome to the 2014 MAAC Basketball Championship presented by Pepsi Max. As this morning we come to you from the Mass Mutual Center here in Springfield, Massachusetts. Today it's semifinals Sunday as the 4th-seeded Bobcats of Quinnipiac go up against the top-seeded Gales of Iona. We take a look at our women's bracket. It all started on Thursday. They made the quarterfinals on Friday, off Saturday, and here we are in the semifinals on Sunday. Quinnipiac got here by knocking off Canisius in the quarters. Iona got past Monmouth on Friday as well. Later today in our second semifinal, number 2 Marist takes on number 6 Ryder. Welcome, everybody. I'm Dean Darling, along with Julianne Vianney. Thanks for joining us here for semifinal Sunday. Mitch Bonaguro will join us later on from the sideline. And this really sets up well, Julianne, doesn't it? The number 1 and 2 scoring outfits. It could come down to a last possession game.
These two teams play very fast basketball, and it's only a half a point differential in scoring offense. They both have several players in double figures and an all-conference team, so they should make for a pretty entertaining and exciting matchup.
And we saw exciting matchups in the first 2 meetings, both won by Iona, both high-scoring games.
Yeah, in the 80s and 90s, you don't see that too often. I think that both these teams have seen each other so much throughout the season that when you get to this point in the tournament, it's going to come down to who's going to play defense today, because both teams have players, a slew of players, that can put the ball in the hole.
And your thoughts on the tournament so far? We saw one upset.
Well, I did say earlier in the season that the sneaky team, I think, is Ryder. I think they can be really dangerous, and they do face Marist, though, in the next game after this one. So it should be interesting. Mynisha McKenzie's tough to stop one-on-one, so I think you never know what could happen with them.
Now, let's take a look now at our one-on-one. We've got a couple proven scores in this one.
Well, Brittany McQueen is obviously playing great this year. She's coming off 13 points, 12 boards against Canisius. When she gets the ball in the paint and is able to score, this team is tough to stop and has been a force all year. She's drawn a lot of double teams, which can open up the floor for her teammates. And then Tamika Martinez, the MAAC Player of the Year. Need I say more about that? It speaks for itself. She's a player that can flat out score. Quinnipiac needs to keep her in check, or it could be a long day. She's coming off 23 points against Monmouth in the quarterfinals, but that's a common number for her. She can score in 3 different ways: penetration, mid-range, from the 3.
And a look at our series history, again mentioning that Iona won both games earlier this regular season, and they come into this game at 26-4 overall. Quinnipiac at 20-11. You see the first meeting there, 95-86. Adams with the double-double, and then just back a few days ago on the 27th at Quinnipiac, Iona wins in a tight game, 80-72. Time now to join our public address announcer, Scott Noel.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Mass Mutual Center and the 2014 MAAC Basketball Championships. Today's semifinal game features the number 1 seed Iona Gales versus the number 4 seed Quinnipiac Bobcats. Ladies and gentlemen, here are your starting lineups. For Quinnipiac, a 6-foot senior forward from Independence, Missouri, number 20, Brittany McQueen. For Iona, a 5'11 sophomore forward from Chandler, Arizona, number 30, Cassidy Ranger. For Quinnipiac, a 6'1 junior forward from Red Bank, New Jersey, number 31, Samantha Guastella. For Iona, a 6'3 senior center from Queens, New York, number 3, Sabrina Gerador. For Quinnipiac, a 5'9 sophomore guard from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 10, Maria Napolitano. For Iona, a 5'6 senior guard from Long Valley, New Jersey, number 5, Haley D'Angelo. For Quinnipiac, a 5'6 junior guard from Sicklerville, New Jersey, number 24, Jasmine Martin. For Iona, a 5'7 junior guard from Meriden, Connecticut, number 14, Tamika Martinez. For Quinnipiac, a 5'5 junior guard from Washington, D.C., number 33, Gillian Ebshire. And for Iona, a 5'9 sophomore guard from Brantford, Connecticut, number 21, Aaliyah Robinson.
We take a look now at our coaching matchup brought to you by Anaconda Sports, home of The Rock. Trisha Fabry, year number 19. She's led them to 13 winning seasons. Last year, they came over from the NEC. They won 30 games, and they won the NEC championship, and she was named the coach of the year in the NEC. And for the Gales of Iona, Billy Gotze. She's in her first year, as you see there, Fabry gathering around her teams with an overall record of 293 and 254. Gotze, 26-4, just named the coach of the year in the MAAC, leading Iona to a school record 26 wins and the #1 seed in these playoffs. And what a magical year, Julianne, she's had in her first head coaching job.
Oh, she has done a phenomenal job, and we talked to her before the game about that, and she said, well, I did inherit a great slew of girls, but what she's done with them has been just phenomenal to see. And she's got some good recruits coming in next year she's excited about.
And she's got one already on the shelf in 2 years' time that she's really excited.
Not a bad deal.
Julianne Viani played at Marist for 4 years. You've played in 4 of these semifinals. What's going through the minds of the players right now?
Oh, every single year. It doesn't matter how many times you get here. You're always going to have the nerves and the excitement inside of your bones, because this is what you play for all season. You play to get to the conference tournament. And that was the thing that when we talked to Iona before the year about their winning streak, we said to them before that game, do you feel pressure? Before that winning streak got snapped, and they said, we don't feel pressure. We didn't say we want to go on a winning streak before the year started. We said we want to win the conference tournament.
That's the bottom line. The officials for this one are Kathy Lonergan, Kevin Ruin, and Gary Schimmel. Wide open, Quastella.
Oh, wow. Iona got lost there.
Samantha Quastella, Red Bank, New Jersey, lights it up quickly. Quinnipiac coming off a win against Canisius, 72-61 on Friday in the quarters. Meanwhile, Iona comes off a win against Monmouth, 71-56. They had to kind of gut out the win as Adams goes to the rack. In that game against Monmouth, they were down 4 at the third media timeout and then went on a big run and really tightened up the screws defensively.
Well, that was key. Answering runs is important, especially at this point in the season.
McQuain inside draws the foul. You and I called the game 11 days ago over in Hamden, Connecticut between Iona and Quinnipiac. It seemed they discovered that player right there, McQuain, later in the ball game, and she was just eating Iona up on the inside.
She has got to get the ball today. They've got to continue to get her touches every time down the floor, because we've seen them play so many times this year, Dean, and anytime that she has a good game, the team has a good game. The team ends up winning, so she's got to get touches.
Trisha Fabry was pretty resolved, so to speak, in reserve before the game. Feels that this is a great venue to play in. Formerly in the NEC, they always played at the higher seed.
And that's just so different. This is a tournament setting, and so the girls are excited to be in this kind of atmosphere.
Adams. By the way, that foul was on D'Amica Martinez, and we'll keep tabs on that because Martinez has fouled out of 3 games this year.
And you already see early on Adams taking it to the basket relentlessly, and I think you'll see that all game.
And that's not much you're not going to see that very often from Abshire. Her assist to turnover ratio this year is number 2 in the nation, coming in off the regular season, 206 assists and a total of 55 turnovers.
Although yesterday she had 4 turnovers, which is a little unlike her as well, but the stakes are a little higher in this tournament. More pressure.
Martinez wears number 14, led the MAAC in scoring, and number 7 in the nation. What a season she had. Averaging 24 and a half a game in the regular season. That's she with the basketball. Gerador tried to put back.
She's seen Napolitano all over Martinez. And if you look at this, I mean, these 4 players have been phenomenal all year long, and this is what makes Iona so tough. They've got a ton of weapons. You can't just pick one to stop, and that's why when we asked Trisha Fabry before the game, are you going to do anything different in this matchup against Martinez? And she said, no, we've just got to play her solid, and they've got other kids that can score.
Martin misfires, second-team all-conference player, picked out by Adams, and this is what she does best, run the open floor. However, she turned it over the wrist. Well, Iona is just star-studded with their lineup, and they really got everybody in different categories.
The blocks per game is not something to shun upon either. Look at almost 3 blocks a game is a lot by Gerador, so she brings that length, and Joy Adams has been tough all year, goes inside and out, and obviously Martinez and D'Angelo keys as well.
Armbar called by Kathleen Lonark, and we just saw on the screen Billy Gotzi talking to Cassidy Ranger. A surprise starter here in the tournament the last couple of games, and obviously she wanted to have a word with her, correct some things, but she was very high on Cassidy getting the start today.
Well, Cassidy is just a great perimeter shooter, and she's been playing well, getting to her spots lately, and Coach Gotzi likes how she's been playing.
There's the run out by Aaliyah Robinson. She's the 6th player of the year in the MAAC. What a season she's had. You put her and Martinez in the same backcourt. They are a dynamic duo. That'll be a walk called on Martinez. That is just good defense forcing the turnover.
And that's important for Quinnipiac. They've got to play that type of defense on her and just disrupt her and make it tough for her to do what she wants to do. Don't allow Martinez to take the shot she wants, and that's where Quinnipiac can be going down a good path.
Adshire played by D'Angelo. 2 excellent point guards in the MAAC. Jasmine Martin, her leading scorer, tripped up. And Robinson, her first foul.
And Martin is so good off the bounce, but you can leave her open. You got to give her room, because you'd rather her beat you from the perimeter than taking you to the basket, because that's what she wants to do.
2:40 into the ball game. 3 early fouls in Iona. Abshire, Guastella, as well as McQueen out there. Abshire had it blocked. And a nice putback by McQueen.
And you can't go in on Gerador and take that shot. You've got to pull it out or find your open players, but a nice job by McQueen getting the rebound.
Gerador with great length, long arms, 6'3" in stature. D'Angelo had it blocked. Abshire on the anticipation. Now the bounce out. Maybe some early nerves in both squads.
I loved McQueen's hustle. That was a great play by her. This is the previous play by McQueen, and Abshire cannot go in on Gerador. You've got to know that she's got long arms and she's leading the league in blocks, and a great job by McQueen there on the rebound and putback. She just adds so much energy and fire. She's the quarterback of this team. Even though she's not the point guard, she really controls things out there, and she's a leader.
So Martin on the foul, first called on Quinnipiac. Iona had the great 18-game unbeaten streak, stopped by Ryder in early February. There's Adams long distance. Gerador. That's what she's good at, stick backs, offensive rebounds, those types of situations. Martucci now guarding on Martinez. That one wide, wrestled away by Guastella. You look at Guastella and McQueen, they've got great size inside.
And they can make it difficult for teams and give them matchup problems, because they can also pop out.
Martinez.
Look at that double team.
Lots of activity coming when number 14 gets the ball. Alicia Powell came in just earlier, normally a starter, coming off the bench in this one. And we've been impressed with her. 11.5 points a game, 3.3 boards. 6 on the shot clock. Adams knows she's got to get it off.
I'm really impressed with Quinnipiac's defense right now. They're playing in-your-face defense, making it so hard for the guards of Iona to see the court.
Robinson on the weak side. Cameron Warner has appeared as well for Quinnipiac, wearing number 13. Here's the run out by Adams.
And that's where Iona is at their best, in transition. You've got to be able to get back against them. No backpedaling allowed. You've got to turn and sprint.
That'll be key today for Quinnipiac if they want to just take the long shots and get long rebounds on misses.
You can't be lazy on getting back against Iona.
Warner coming off a career high tying effort the other day with 17 against Canisius. Alicia Fabry very animated on the far sideline, trying to get the attention of her team. Here's Martucci. Oh, they call the block on Gerador. It looked like she had decent separation right there, but the foul will be a two-shot situation when we come back from break for the Bobcats.
Well, look what the wind doing. Putting the team back together. We need you. That's music to my ear.
It's too easy out here.
Oh, man, man. Oh, baby.
It's knowing that you will always compete against the best while making you become the best that you can be. It's about joining a family with a storied history where athletics and academics are held to the highest of standards. It's about creating the future leaders of tomorrow, all with the focus on one goal: graduation. It's the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference.
Division I basketball returns to Springfield this March. The MAAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championships, where somebody could become an NCAA champion. March 6th through the 10th, Mass Mutual Center in Springfield.
Gets it off from midcourt.
Get your tickets for the MAAC Basketball Championship and get into the action.
All the way to the finish.
At Ticketmaster.com, MAACachusets.com, or at the Mass Mutual Center box office. Presented by Mass Mutual Financial Group.
Well, look what the wind doing. Putting the team back together. We need you. That's music to my ear.
It's too easy out here.
Oh, man, man. Oh, baby.
The 2014 MAAC Basketball Championship is brought to you by Pepsi Max. 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste. And by Anaconda Sports. Home of The Rock is proud to sponsor the MAAC.
And a look at the Basketball Hall of Fame, the Naismith Hall of Fame. If you ever get a chance to come up to Springfield, Mass., go over there and visit. It is unbelievable, especially if you have young ones to go and go inside and see great history. MAAC fans, the Mass Mutual Center in Springfield, Massachusetts may be closer than you think. We're only 60 minutes away from Hamden, 90 minutes from Albany, and a couple hours away from New York City. And there's still time to come and cheer on your team for the remaining games of the 2014 MAAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championships. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. As we went to break, Sabrina Gerador picked up the personal foul. Now Iona saddled with 4. Natalie Martucci at the free throw line. Quinnipiac as a team this year shot 71% in the regular season. And Martucci was a pleasant surprise coming off the bench, a sophomore from Waterford, Connecticut. Early going. Iona's hit a third of their shots. Here's an open look for Alicia Powell. The three-pointer from Powell. And this year she nailed 42% of those in the regular season.
That's why I like Powell and D'Angelo in together. Powell can shoot so well from the perimeter, and D'Angelo is a great facilitator.
And coming off the bench, Ellen Cannon with a hoist right there. D'Angelo, she'll shoot the three when given room. Some teams have given her room this year because they have to guard everybody else on the perimeter. Adams, rejection there. Nicolai Ostergaard, first time on the court for her, and she's been another good player out of Denmark for Warner with a crafty move.
A nice duck in, though, by Warner. Warner is key. She had 17 against Canisius in that last game, so she's been playing hot and turning it on at just the right time.
Too much defense there played by Cannon.
D'Angelo's penetration here is what got Powell open, wide open. The defense collapses against D'Angelo, and boom, she finds Powell. And Powell normally plays the point, and that's why when her and D'Angelo are in together and D'Angelo's at the point, it opens her up at the 2 spot to get some more shots.
You and I called a game. In fact, it was their first loss in MAAC play against Ryder down in Lawrenceville. Martinez fouled out with 3.5 left. They went to OT, and Alicia Powell was unbelievable bringing her team back in that game.
She took over. She's got the capability of taking over a game.
Powell tries to save, backcourt violation. 3 turnovers so far on the Gales. Billy Gotzi, obviously a watchful eye on the scoreboard. Her team taking a 9-6 advantage on the Powell 3. Warner off the bounce. Two good looks coming from the left side. Adams with Martin back on the pull-up.
Nice pull-up. That was smart by Adams. She saw the defense right there in the lane. You don't want to get that charge.
Three-quarter pressure shown by the Gales. You look at Adams, 25 double-doubles this year. Not only can she rebound, her improved outside shooting has really helped her game. Shot clock at 5. Martin on the release. Iona basically daring Quinnipiac to shoot from the outside. Martinez, no problem shooting. Nice rebound by the point guard.
And Gerador down at that other end is full fronting Brittany McQueen, and that's pretty key.
Martinez off the bounce, foul on the outside. Called against the Bobcats. Sometimes Martinez will penetrate off that dribble and defenders will hold their ground and draw the charge. She got an early foul in this one. Fabry goes right back to the bench and brings back Costello and Napolitano.
The teams have really marked on Martinez, obviously, this year. Sometimes she can get into those funks of trying to do too much.
What a tandem it's been, though, this year between Martinez and Adams. Leading scorer, leading rebounder in the MAAC. Nicolai Ostergaard, 6-foot junior. Again going to the left side. With the steal off Martinez. Nice block. Ostergaard can't believe it.
Quinnipiac really trying to attack, though.
It's interesting that Coach Fabry has the starting point guard on the bench by her outside. Just won't roll so far for the Bobcats.
Not getting bad shots right now. They're pretty close to the basket, just nothing falling.
Good seal on the glass there. Then the baseball pass from Martin. Rushed opportunity that time for Martin. The Gales come back with it under 11 left here in the first half. 11-6 lead for Iona.
I think you said it there, Dean. They're rushing. Quinnipiac's being forced to rush on their shots, and Iona has been getting a hand in every face, and that does disrupt the shot.
Iona has struggled in this tournament in the past, 14-32 overall, but they've been to the MAAC championship game on 3 separate occasions. Long rebound, Gerador, and McQueen showing why she's a second-team all-conference player.
She's so tough down there, and between her and Gerador, two big players with blocking ability, they'll go at it against each other on the block.
That's a mismatch favoring Ostergaard. Just not finishing once they get inside or off the drives. 10:09 left here, first half. Iona has pushed it out to a 5-point advantage here in Massachusetts.
If you want to be in medicine, start practicing. If you want to be in accounting, start crunching numbers. If you want to score points, get in the game. If you want to make a difference, serve others. Canisius students are many things. Eager to learn, capable of taking on an ever-changing world. The only thing they're not is content to sit still.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Everybody knows that.
Well, did you know that when a tree falls in the forest and no one's around, it does make a sound?
Oh boy! I'm falling! Everybody look out! Oh!
Little help here? Geico. 15 minutes could save you. Well, you know. Anybody?
You must do the thing you think you cannot do.
The mind is everything. What you think, you become.
It is not best that we should all think alike.
He who learns but does not think is lost.
The main purpose of life is to live rightly, think rightly, act rightly.
Oh, the things you can think of if only you try.
Top-seeded Iona with an early lead here in the first half of our semifinal, leading 11-6. Mitch Bonagura working the sideline throughout the tournament for us, and he just spoke with Trisha Fabry of Quinnipiac.
We're here with Coach Fabry. Coach, great job on the defensive end. Your secondary defenders really coming over. They can't get anything at the rim.
I like the way we're getting back in transition, really limiting the points. I think Joy just has a transition bucket. That's key for us. And then, like you said, getting the rotations, we're right there. We need to exhale and just see the target, lay the ball in. We're getting some good shots on offense. We're just playing a little too fast on the offensive side.
You said you want to establish McQueen early. She got an early look. Obviously, you got to get her more touches.
We do. I just think we just got to settle down. We're playing a step too fast, and we're, just rushing everything. Exhale, take care of business, find the open person, and we're going to be okay.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Gotta love that lady, Trisha Fabry. Exhale.
Yep.
Take a step back. Kind of enjoy what's going on out here. They're just rushing through things, and 2 of 18 from the field and a lot of looks inside.
And that's what I said right before she came on, because really they're not getting bad looks. They're very high percentage shots that are near the basket, but you can tell they're rushing and probably a bit nervous.
The MAAC has apps for your iPhone, iPad, and Android. The app delivers instant updates, including MAAC news, scores, standings, and videos straight to your mobile device. Visit MAACsports.com/mobile for more information. Off the inbound, the Bobcats have it. Martin inside of Adams, who backed off. Adams got into foul problems in the big meeting against Marist on the last day of the regular season. That really affected him as Marist beat him down in New Rochelle. Martinez for the wide runner from the side, and Trisha Fabry questioning the official on that call.
Not a lot of contact there. Might have been a little bit by Napolitano.
Do you get that because you're the player of the year?
Maybe. Well, the thing that Martinez does well is she's got good body control and kind of sells it when she goes to the basket, and she is the player of the year, but there wasn't a lot of contact. I think if I'm the referee there, that's a no call.
Napolitano picked up the personal. Martinez, a great free throw shooter during the regular season, making 87.7% to lead the league.
But these referees all across the board have been very consistent. They call a lot of on the dribble stuff this season.
Foul down on the block. Gale's getting into some foul problems here. Carador just picked up her second, and she'll get the hook, and they'll go small, bringing Powell back in. Quinnipiac hasn't scored a field goal in over 7 minutes.
Now there's a mismatch down low, and good pass in.
And the putback.
That's McQueen being covered by Martinez that time. Good recognition by Quinnipiac and by her to really demand the ball on the block.
She has 5 of their 8 so far.
I think that's key for Quinnipiac. They do a lot of screening to get mismatches.
Robinson. Brought away there by Martin. Abshire back in the lineup. Joins Napolitano, as well as McQueen, Martin, and Guastella. Little discard there, freed up McQueen.
Nice dunk in. She's so physical, and even with Joy Adams on her, Joy Adams is a strong player, but McQueen is a little bigger, gives up some size.
We'll probably just see a lot more of that, getting the ball to McQueen down low. Using the window is Martinez. She's got a deft touch.
It's the perfect angle to use the backboard. I love it.
6 points for D'Amica Martinez. She had 23 in the quarterfinal win against Monmouth a couple days ago. Off the pull-up, it's Martin.
But another mismatch. Guastella should have seen the ball that time. Powell was on her, and nobody recognized it.
Up and under by Adams. And it's a 2-shot foul, and the foul will go on Martin.
tough to see on this angle, but Adams getting up the floor in transition. When Iona has been at their best, it's in transition. When Coach Fabry said before, she feels they've done well in getting back in transition, and they have, but the only hiccups they've had is when they haven't gotten back.
Second foul on Jasmine Martin. Adams in the regular season took the most free throw attempts of any Gale, 72% accuracy. Named the MAAC Freshman Rookie of the Year a year ago. This year she improved to first team all-conference. So Abshire on the cleanup. Abshire averaging 6.8 assists in the regular season to lead the MAAC. Quinnipiac will keep it on the near end. Quinnipiac 20-11 overall coming into this game. They won 30 games last year in the NEC. A lot of people were wondering, could they step up in class and play in the MAAC? I guess that's been answered with the 20 wins this year. 14 of those in MAAC play. Warner on the duck. Guastella battling inside in the walk.
Guastella's going to be key here because every player that's on her is a lot smaller. Powell and Martinez are both switching on and off against her. So she's got to step up here and post up on the block and demand the ball.
So Martin was taken out with the 2 fouls. Definitely Fabry has gone with a very large lineup. She has 3 6-footers in the lineup right now. Powell. Abshire played belly up deep.
But that's what you got to do if there's bigger players you're playing against. Take them off the bounce, and Iona can utilize that.
The official right on the call, Kathleen Lonergan, and the Bobcats will keep it when we come back from break. 7:29 in our first semifinal of the day. It's a 6-point Gale lead.
Well, look what the wind blew. Putting the team back together. We need you. That's music to my ear.
It's too easy out here.
Oh, man, man. Oh, baby.
Deep within you is a relentless drive. You come prepared. You come willing to work. You come to win. Discover the Performance Protein Bar made just for you. Come ready. 24 grams of protein, 5 grams of fiber, no sugar alcohols. One unbelievably awesome taste. Come ready. You don't quit, and neither should your bar. Come ready for the competitive.
Well, look what the wind blew. Putting the team back together. We need you. That's music to my ear.
It's too easy out here.
Oh, man, man. Oh, baby.
Iona, the #1 seed in this year's tournament, going against the #4 seed Quinnipiac, and they lead it currently 16-10. And fans use the hashtag MAAC14 when tweeting about the 2014 MAAC Basketball Championships to join the conversation. See a lot of people tweeting over the last few days. The tournament started on Thursday. Played the quarters on Friday. Interesting wrinkle this year. Nobody in the women's side of the bracket played on Saturday, moving right into Sunday.
Yeah, it's kind of nice you get that day off and you come in well rested, both teams, and if you win, you go on to the final.
Warner had struggled prior to that, but finally gets the left hand to go. 5 of 25 is Quinnipiac from the field.
Yeah, 16% up to that shot, so that's a big shot to kind of release the pressure there.
D'Angelo playing out her senior year, had 9 assists in the first game against Quinnipiac, and Adams on the baseline route.
You're going to play that tight on D'Angelo. She's going to take you off the bounce and draw defenders.
Leading scorer for the Gales with 9 so far in this one. Got a big game against Monmouth with 29 to push him into the semifinals. Guastello. Saved by Adams. She's all over the court.
She is the key to their offense, in my opinion. Joy Adams. She runs the floor. She gets rebounds. When she is on, the team looks so good. And they're even good in the half court because of that flow and that energy she gives them.
Ranger back on the court wearing number 30 for the Gales. Started today. Didn't play a lot of minutes early. They're back out there with Martinez, Adams, D'Angelo, and Robinson. Players go down. Napolitano in her second foul. You're talking about Adams already 9 points and 7 rebounds.
And it's hard to get around this on the ball screen. This is a real key. You've got to either get up real tight on that and go over the top, or that post player has to jump real hard and you go underneath and get there in time so she doesn't get that shot off. But that's an offense that Iona has really lived off of this season, the on-the-ball screening, and they work it well. They do the high-low well out of it, and Martinez scores out of it a lot.
So the takeaway there by the Bobcats. Martucci back on the floor with Abshire, as well as Ostergaard, Guastella, and Warner. Coach Fabry will play a lot of players. A lot of times coaches will shorten their rotation when they get into the playoffs, but she feels good about her team and their bench.
She does, and she's done that all season long. Earlier in the season, she was going hockey style, where it was 5 in, 5 out. She shortened it since then, and they've played better. Has a shorter rotation, but she can still play 8 or 9 players.
So both teams with 6 fouls apiece. Robinson on that personal. Martinez had a pretty good hold that time on Guastella.
Yeah, you see Guastella working hard in the post, and she's got to continue to post up. And Iona's going to have to really communicate because there's mismatches there. Martinez got another foul. She's got 2 now. She's got to be careful. She may come out here the last couple of minutes.
She's having an animated conversation right now with her head coach, Billy Gotze, probably saying, Coach, I'm okay. I'm okay. Don't hook me.
But Iona's got to be better with the communication, and they have to see that situation where they've got something where they're calling it out so that the help side is there when Guastella is posting up a small guard.
And as soon as they saw Martinez get the second foul, Fabry went right to her bench, and now she'll bring in McQueen.
Now they're going to go at her.
4-point lead for the Gales. This year on the year, they were the #1 team in the land in scoring, 74.2. The steal by Abshire. She's had 2 open breakaways and missed them.
That's just a lazy pass. You can't make that pass without a little more mustard on it.
Martucci on the ride at midcourt. Puts them over the limit. It's a 1-on-1 situation. Iona, 2 straight 20-win seasons. Quinnipiac has had 3 consecutive successful seasons. When they won the 30 games last year, they went to the NCAA tournament, played against Maryland, got beat, but what a treat that was for the team.
Coach Fabry's been doing a phenomenal job with Quinnipiac's program, and she was so excited to get back into the MAAC because she played at Fairfield, so she's basically being welcomed home. But it's been a long time since she's been back, but she said she loves being in this conference, and it's been a tremendous job, but it's been an adjustment. You've got to get used to teams you haven't seen or played against for a long time, but they've done well and held their own.
She played for Diane Nolan, who was a legendary coach at Fairfield, and Diane Nolan last night was inducted into the 2014 MAAC Honor Roll class, along with my partner, Julianne Viani.
Thanks, team.
That's good company you're keeping with Diane Nolan and company.
Sure is. She's a good lady. And
Warner trying to put back. She was stymied on the block. So the fouls beginning to mount for both squads.
I think there's a lot of mismatches, and that's why is Iona's got a lot of, they've been playing since Gerador came in, a lot of guards versus Quinnipiac playing, you said it before, a bigger lineup. So guards taking off the bounce, causing the fouls on Iona's end, and then the other end, Quinnipiac posting up smaller guards. So lots of fouls because of the mismatches.
So Gotzi's seeing your team get into foul problems. Sees 3 starters saddled with 2 each, D'Angelo, Martinez, and Gerador. And there's still under 5 left here in the opening half. Even though Quinnipiac hasn't been able to put the ball in the ocean for the most part, they're within 4. First time on the floor for Spencer Gray. There's number 31 for Iona. And she is out of Centerville, Ohio, a freshman. Foul and a pull-up.
She's so smooth on that mid-range game and has to be assertive.
The mid-range game is a lost art these days.
It is. I mean, if you have that in your arsenal, you're tough to stop. Especially as a guard, though. You've got to have that if you're a small guard, because you can't take it all the way into the trees. You'll get blocked most of the time, especially at this level. You've got to be able to pull up. It just opens the game up.
Ostergaard, hop, skip, and jump to the lane.
Nice move.
Ostergaard, her first 2 in the ball game. You're right. Kids go out in the driveway this time of year. What do? They chuck threes most of the time.
They just want to shoot threes. You can't live and die by that. And little do they realize, if you make a 3, if that's what you want to do, then get the mid-range game going, because then you keep opponents honest.
Adams off the elbow. A lot of Navy around the basket. Powell tried to step in, get the steal or a charge, and interferes with Abshire. Iona maintaining a 4-point lead here in our first semifinal of the day. 22-18 over the 4th seeded Quinnipiac Bobcats. 3:32 left here in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll have the MAAC Women's Award winners. Who was the player of the year, all conference team members as well. First half highlights and stats as well.
A lot of those award winners on the floor.
Iona has 4 individual award winners, and Quinnipiac has 3. There's Abshire. Brought away by D'Angelo. So Gotzi goes back to the bench, gets the starters back in with 2 fouls each, namely Gerador and D'Angelo.
And they've got to be real careful these next couple minutes. Offensively, too, not just on D, because the charges have been called pretty consistently all season.
She does keep on the bench the leading scorer, Martinez. Here's Adams.
She has almost a double-double. It's not even halftime yet. She is so tough.
So apropos for her. 42 times in her career she's had a double-double.
13 points now, 9 boards. She's been a monster all season.
Open look for Martucci. That's a three-pointer from that corner.
I think Quinnipiac really needed that shot. They've been in such a drought. They've got to get some perimeter shooting going.
She did not play last year, but had a good year, sophomore year, 5'8". She had 10 points in the quarterfinal win against Canisius. She was 5 of 7 from the field.
She's been solid coming off the bench and brings a nice spark. She's got a good stroke.
Shot clock under 5, another turnover. Abshire looking on her right. Ostergaard. And Warner tees it up.
Warner just pushed that ball. Really rushed a shot there. You saw her release. It was all arm. You got to make sure at this point in the season you're using your legs, your lower body strength to get your shot off. Because at this time you're tired.
But having the day off yesterday obviously has to help.
Oh, sure.
Whoever wins this game, though, plays at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon in the championship game.
At least it's not 11.
That's right. Gerador. That's number 3. Set up by McQueen.
McQueen is tough, and she sold that one. But that's what I meant about offensively having to be careful, too, because the charges are consistently being called. Third foul, that changes things a lot for Iona. When she comes out of the game, they don't have as much length. Now McQueen has a chance to really go off.
Abshire out there, Guastella, McQueen with Ostergaard and Martucci. Jump stop, Ostergaard.
Wide open. Ostergaard walked in the lane. Got to step up and stop that.
It was a slow, methodical process, but she got there, got a good eye on the basket. Foul and the step back. Quinnipiac has done a nice job on the boards, other than Adams, who's dominated in her own individual style.
Nice help.
Jump ball, and the arrow gives it back to Iona.
Good help defense by Iona, though. The guards swarming McQueen that time. Check out this defense. Terrific help by D'Angelo. Powell diving in and getting a hand on that ball. And when there's a mismatch down low, it's key that you send your guards to double team and help.
Gales 1-point lead, final 50 seconds here of the first half. Haley D'Angelo from Long Valley, New Jersey for Martinez.
And so far, Martinez held in check this half.
Adams with the putback. Plenty of time left in the half. Costello uses the timeout that are really allowed here in the first half to use, and that's a smart move to set up a last-second opportunity.
Yeah, definitely a heady play. She had nowhere to go in that situation, so good timeout, a chance to relax, breathe, call a play, get the last shot here.
What Tricia say? Exhale?
Yes, exhale. Get a last shot if you get a chance to go ahead here. But it's important to know time and possession and to make sure you run that clock down.
Well, MAAC fans, the MAAC is on Facebook. Make sure to like the MAAC today. Really follow Facebook here in this tournament. Find out all the happenings that's going on both in the men's and the women's division. A couple men's games will be coming up later tonight on ESPN3. Iona, the #1 seed in the men's division as well as the women's division, will go against Canisius. And then Manhattan will play Quinnipiac later on. Abshire, McQueen, Guastella, Ostergaard on the floor with Martucci. They'll play it down to 1 and try and take a lead to the locker room.
That's not a foul you want to make. Now you send Quinnipiac to the line.
And you look over at Billy Gotze. She's got her 2 hands supporting her chin and just said, oh. Now she's going to bring Martinez back in.
Doing that for offense so she can get a shot at the other end.
So the 26th double-double of the season for Joy Adams, now #2 in the NCAA behind Jillian Collane of Oregon, who's got 27.
What a stat that is. 26 double-doubles.
credit Dave Freeman, who's working alongside us here as our statistician.
A great job, Dave.
Keeper of the house as well. Here's Ostergaard. McQuain put back. And that's the kind of half it's been for Quinnipiac. So close, but yet so far. We're tied at 24 in the 1-4 semifinal game here at the Mass Mutual Center. Halftime 24-24. Quinnipiac and Iona. Quinnipiac the 4 seed. Iona the number 1 seed. Still with 20 minutes to play. The MAAC Player of the Year, D'Amico Martinez, just huddled with Mitch Bonaguro.
D'Amico, they're really doing a great job, really clogging the lane. What adjustments are you going to make in the second half to get some better looks?
I just got to be patient. Patient and study is the key to my game. So I just got to be patient, take my time, and give my teammates open more for open looks.
And getting the tempo up. Obviously, this is a game. You want to get the tempo up. What do you think you need to do to get the tempo going?
We got to get some defensive rebounds, get out in transition, and go.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mitch. And D'Amico 2 of 8 from the field, was held to 6 first half points. We'll be back with more of our halftime after this.
Well, look what the wind blew. Putting the team back together. We need you. That's music to my ear.
It's too easy out here.
Oh, man, man. Oh, baby.
It's knowing that you will always compete against the best, while making you become the best that you can be. It's about joining a family with a storied history, where athletics and academics are held to the highest of standards. It's about creating the future leaders of tomorrow, all with the focus on one goal: graduation. It's the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference.
Deep within you is a relentless drive. You come prepared. You come willing to work. You come to win. Discover the performance protein bar made just for you. Come ready. 24 grams of protein, 5 grams of fiber, no sugar alcohols. One unbelievably awesome taste. Come ready. You don't quit, and neither should your bar. Come ready for the competitive.
I'm excited for college, but financially, it's going to be a little hard. I have to apply for scholarships, definitely. Money is kind of a big topic for us for college.
Job placement is really important, especially in today's economy, because I want to work as soon as I can to work off the debt and do, what I want to start doing for a living. I want to have the nice progression from, school to college to my life.
Well, look what the wind blew. Putting the team back together. We need you. That's music to my ear.
It's too easy out here.
Oh, man, man. Oh, baby.
The MAAC Women's 6th Player of the Year. From Iona College, Aaliyah Robinson. A 5'9" sophomore guard from Branford, Connecticut. Robinson shot a 40.6 three-point field goal percentage this season, good for 7th in the MAAC. She is averaging 8.6 points, 3.1 rebounds, and 1.1 assists while playing in 21 minutes of action per game off the bench this season. The MAAC Women's 6th Player of the Year. Aaliyah Robinson, Iona. The Rock Women's Coach of the Year. From Iona, Billy Godsey. In her first season at the helm of the Iona College Gals, Godsey has led the team to its first ever MAAC regular season title and #1 overall seed in the MAAC championship. She has guided the Gals to an 18-2 record in the MAAC and a 25-4 overall record. The Rock Women's Coach of the Year. Billy Godsey, Iona. The MAAC Women's Defensive Player of the Year. From Marist College, Leanne Ockenden. The senior guard was voted as the MAAC Defensive Player of the Year for the 2nd year in a row. She is averaging 1.7 steals per game, which ranks 4th in the league. She also averages 3.8 defensive rebounds an outing. Ockenden contributes 11.8 points and 2.4 assists per game. The MAAC Women's Defensive Player of the Year. Leanne Ockenden, Marist.
Division I basketball returns to Springfield this March. The MAAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championships, where somebody could become an NCAA champion. March 6th through the 10th, Mass Mutual Center in Springfield.
Gets it on from midcourt.
Get your tickets for the MAAC Basketball Championship and get into the action.
All the way to the finish.
At Ticketmaster.com, Massachusetts.com, or at the Mass Mutual Center box office. Presented by Mass Mutual Financial Group.
Fulfill your educational goals on a 22-acre private residential campus just minutes away from the world's economic, cultural, communications, and entertainment center, New York City. For more than 160 years, Manhattan College has promised a Lasallian Catholic education featuring 5 schools of study that challenge students to excel academically while providing career opportunities second to none. Find out what Manhattan College can promise your future.
NCAA March Madness is coming to Buffalo. Experience it live.
Brings it home.
As 8 of the top collegiate teams compete for a shot at the NCAA Sweet 16. Don't miss the buzzer beaters. As Cinderellas crash the party at the 2014 NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship. March 20th and 22nd at the First Niagara Center in Buffalo. Affordable tickets now available. Visit ncaa.com/MBB tickets.
We are St. Peter's University, a place where students who are eager to learn are taught by people who care, on a campus designed for both to thrive. We're proud to offer incredible learning opportunities and life-changing experiences, and that means our students are prepared to succeed in their fields, in their communities, and all over the world. Get to know St. Peter's University, the Jesuit University of New Jersey.
We come to you from the Mass Mutual Center. It is our first semifinal of the day. Quinnipiac, the number 4 seed, going up against the 1 seed Iona, and we're tied at 24 apiece. Welcome back to halftime along with Julianne Vianney. I'm Dean Darling. Well, you look at the great opportunity Quinnipiac had in the first half. Points in the paint were tied at 14-14. They should have had a lot more. They had a lot of 2- and 3-footers roll out.
They did. They missed so many easy buckets early on, and obviously a lot of nerves flying today. It's a semifinal game of the MAAC tournament, but they've got to take advantage of those opportunities, and they were easy, high percentage shots that they missed that I think they'll be kicking themselves afterwards for.
Yeah, well, let's take a look now at those highlights. And the game plan, obviously, was to go inside for the Bobcats.
Nice job early on trying to take it at Iona. This is something they didn't do enough, and they didn't finish enough. But McQueen did a good job recognizing at times the mismatches, because a lot of times Martinez and Powell were stuck on the bigger players, and they got the ball inside to McQueen. But she needs to get even more touches in the second half. And then on the other end, Iona starts out with Adams. Obviously, Adams runs everything for this team. Obviously, Martinez is a tough player, but this is the girl that really gets them going. She's got high energy. She did it in the first half. D'Angelo created some opportunities for her teammates, which helped a lot as well. And Adams has to continue to do that. She's already got a double-double on the game.
And a look at the numbers here in the first half. Again, the shooting numbers were not good for either team. And you see Iona knocking down 32% of their shots. Quinnipiac only hit a third of their shots, basically, or actually a quarter of their shots. And the turnovers were obviously Iona 2-1 in the amount of turnovers. 24-24 here at the break. We'll come back with the start of the second half right after this. Welcome back to the 2014 MAAC Basketball Championship presented by Pepsi Max. We're at the Mass Mutual Center in Springfield, Massachusetts. Our score at halftime, Iona 24, Quinnipiac 24. And as the two teams headed to the locker room, Mitch Bonaguro had a chance to catch up with Brittany McQueen of Quinnipiac.
Brittany, you came out with a tremendous game plan defensively. What are you trying to do on the defensive end?
You know, defense has been a point of emphasis all season for us, and we're just trying to make sure that we play our fundamentals. You know, be in the hole on drivers, make sure we're guarding the three-point line tough. You know, this is a really good team, so we have to be at the top of our defensive game today.
Offensively, I know Coach wanted you to establish you early. Where are the looks going to come, you think? All ball screens are in the paint? How are you going to try and score in the second half?
You know, we really like to work inside out, so we're going to make sure that the posts get touches, kick it out, make sure our guards get some shot up on the arc. You know, but whoever plays well, and hopefully, you know, it comes from inside and out.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you very much.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Mitch. Brittany McQueen, 7 points, 5 boards for her team. Trisha Fabry on that bench, coaching in her 19th year for the Bobcats. And just the way we started the ball game, we're tied 24-24, first possession for the Bobcats.
Pretty low-scoring game right now, and nobody in double figures yet for Quinnipiac.
And their 5th turnover here in the ball game on a walk by Guastella. Iona goes with Ranger, Gerador, D'Angelo, Martinez, and Adams. Gerador with 3 fouls, D'Angelo with 2, Martinez with 2. Ranger, her 2nd consecutive start, came off the bench most of the season. Shot clock down to 5. Good defense. Napolitano wouldn't let her turn.
A very good job getting to the spot and not allowing her.
And the return favor by Adams. The big block by Adams, who had the double-double in the first half with the 13 points and 10 rebounds.
Oh, what a job by Adams getting back. This is great hustle. She came from the other side of the floor and got out there. That's what I call a contest.
And they had insult to injury right in front of the Bobcat bench. You just saw the athleticism there of Joy Adams. She's 5'11". She plays like she's 6'2", 6'3".
Gets off the floor.
Martin using the banker that time. She had a couple fouls in that first half.
She'll be key this half. She was 0 for 5 in the first half and wasn't able to play a ton. Only played 9 minutes that first half. So she's pretty rested and has to come out being assertive this half.
Coach of the year in the MAAC, Billy Gotze in her first year, former assistant at Virginia Tech. We were joking with her before the game. Hey, the table was pretty set when you got your first head coaching job.
And what a swat by McQueen.
Guastella following the team down court.
That 3-ball, if Guastella's able to hit that 3-ball, that's going to open up McQueen in the paint.
3-ball was not kind to either team. Both 1 of 7 in the first half. Guastella missing on that jumper. Abshire out there with Martin, Guastella, as well as Napolitano and McQueen.
That was a great isolation play, though, for Martin, taking it in. That whole side was open.
Pull up wouldn't go for Adams. Guastella on the rebound. Rebound was tied at 24-24 in the first half. Napolitano. Quick shot again. Guastella gets the return pass and an assist for Abshire.
And I saw that one going in because that previous shot was all the way down. And Guastella is coming out assertive from out there.
Abshire gave up the shot to feed Guastella. And a miss by Martinez.
Quinnipiac on an 11-0 run.
Iona playing from ahead most of the season, not used to coming back from a lot of deficits, and a walk on McQueen.
That was D'Angelo right there. She dove down, just spooked McQueen a little bit with her hand. A lot of the guards here for Iona are doing a nice job digging in the post. Iona needs a bucket here bad.
They sure do. Here's Powell. She can do it. Adams can create so many foul situations for the opponent because she can take it off the dribbles. She's under the basket for putbacks.
And it's hard because if you lay off her, she'll shoot it over your head. Because she can hit those mid-range shots.
So Guastella on the foul. Martinez will inbound. Leah Robinson coming back in. Gerador will go out. Iona 26-4 as we started today. In the MAAC, they went 18-2. They got the #1 seed, even though Marist tied them on the final day of the regular season because of the tiebreaker situation. They get the 1 seed, and they and Marist, the co-MAAC regular season champions. Martinez off the bounce, challenging a much taller defender.
A nice give and go that time, and that was good communication and chemistry between Adams and Martinez. They worked real well together. And a tough shot.
Step out for Martin. D'Angelo off the bounce. Aaliyah Robinson normally deadly from there. And here's a run out by Martin. 3-on-2. As she challenged to the rim, draws the foul.
And you know what did that was Samantha Guastella standing on her right side, really spotting up for the three. She really attracts the defense, so there was nobody diving in to help Martin, and Martin just took it all the way. So that's why you want a three-point shooter in the game. It stretches the defense, and whether you're hitting or not, they've got to make sure that they're in between to cover you.
So Gerador and Aaliyah Robinson now each with 3. That foul charge to Robinson, the 6th player of the year in the MAAC, announced a couple nights ago. Martin at the free throw line this year, making 76%. She had a big game against the University of Tennessee Martin, 25 points. 9 times she scored 20 or more in a game. Good start for the Bobcats here in the second half. 31-26. We were tied 24-24 at the break. And they're calling it tight. Ostergaard a little bit of a bump that time.
I think she gives up some speed to D'Amica Martinez, and Martinez can take her off the bounce.
First foul on Ostergaard. And rejection from Ostergaard.
Well, that's the thing about her is Ostergaard has a little size, so that can really play to her advantage.
Ostergaard at 6 foot. Warner misfiring.
It's another push by Warner. Warner's got to work on that stroke. She uses too much arm.
Martinez and the turnover, the 10th charge to the Gales. They've had a lot of walks called in this one. Let me correct myself, that was Adams on the walk. So in any event, double digits in turnovers. Whirling move there by Warner.
Nice move, and Warner has some good ones in her arsenal, especially with her back to the basket.
She was just 1 of 6 from the field in the first half. Martinez pulls up, 2-pointer. So the Bobcats lead it by 7. We played 4 minutes and 15 seconds into the second half.
And Iona definitely too many turnovers right now, and Quinnipiac's making them pay.
Good help defense from Adams. Boy, you look over on that sideline. It looks like Fabry's playing in this game defensively. She was a good player in her day, that's for sure.
Well, look what the wind blew. Putting the team back together. We need you. That's music to my ear.
It's too easy out here.
Oh, man. Oh, baby.
I wanted to stay in the entertainment sector, so I looked at schools in New York, and Iona stood out. Iona offered a wonderful opportunity, career mentor day. I met an alum who was the senior vice president at CBS. Within a week, I had an interview, and from there, I was able to get in my current position. Iona is definitely responsible for my place here and my future here.
Outstanding internships, supported by an active alumni base, are just one reason Iona graduates are helping to move the world.
At Quinnipiac University, we offer the warmth and spirit of a small town. You feel it the moment you step on our picturesque campus and a team of upperclassmen helps you move into your freshman dorm. You feel it in the dining areas as students and faculty share meals together. And you can cheer with your friends and Boomer the Bobcat at many of our exciting NCAA Division I sporting events. This is Quinnipiac University, where you're part of our community.
Well, look what the wind blew. Putting the team back together. We need you. That's music to my ear.
It's too easy out here.
Oh, man. Oh, baby.
Good start for the Bobcats here in the early part of the second half as they lead 33-28 after a 24-24 halftime tie. Look at the brackets. This tournament started on Thursday. A couple mild upsets. Monmouth, the 9 seed, knocking off Niagara. Meanwhile, Manhattan, the 7 seed, got beat by Siena. And Ryder got by St. Peter's. They moved into the Friday action of the quarterfinals. Iona and Quinnipiac winners. And that's how they got here. And then Marist and Ryder winners. And that was probably the biggest upset of the tournament so far. Ryder knocking off the 3 seed Fairfield.
That's a pretty good job, and something I expected could happen from Ryder. We've seen them play well. Obviously, they knocked off Iona in the regular season, and we were both at that game. And they've got the capability. They've got a lot of athleticism, and Glenn Milligan's done a great job with Ryder's team this year.
We invite you to stay with us for that. At 1:30 today, we'll have that matchup between Marist and Ryder. Off the inbound, the Bobcats come up big. And the lead swells to 7.
And the difference right now is Quinnipiac's finishing shots that they were not finishing early in the first half.
A submarine foul there by Martucci, who just scored her 7th point at the other end. Three fouls now on Quinnipiac in the early going of the second half. Joy Adams had already a double-double in the first half of this ball game, joined out there by Powell, Martinez, Robinson, and D'Angelo. And once again, Coach Gotze decides to go small against a much bigger opponent and try and win the game on the perimeter, and also the athleticism of Adams. Martinez just 2 of 8 from the field in the first half. Ostergaard trying to cut her off on the baseline. And there is Adams working the boards again.
Martinez is not afraid to take some tough shots. Only 4 for 14 at the moment. And this is not an easy shot here. I mean, she's completely smothered.
So the foul picked up by McQuain. Adams, we talked about her being able to drive the ball, but the turnover.
Lost her dribble there.
And that pass surprised McQuain. The run out, D'Angelo. Warner came back late to try and get the block, but D'Angelo made her pay.
And exchanging turnovers for turnovers. And that's a situation where you can't panic there. You've got to stop, turn, face, look for somebody that's open, and that was just a panic.
D'Angelo in the year only took 34 free throw attempts in 30 games. Good free throw shooter at 85%. Missed the first couple MAAC games of the year this year. She had gotten injured in practice and missed time.
What I love about D'Angelo is she's that player that is just, she's intense. She's a competitor. She gets in her teammates' faces. When we were talking to Coach Gotze about it, you need that player on the floor, somebody that's going to really animate your team. She can't always be the only one doing it as a coach, so it's nice to have that
the
gamer.
Sweeping move by Ostergaard and an and one on continuation. Well, Ostergaard struggled from inside early in this ball game, but a sweeping move.
Nice move. Sweep through, uses her body, good control of her body. D'Angelo fouling her kind of after the shot.
D'Angelo in her 3rd foul. So she and Gerador each with 3. Crossover, jump stop, the whole arsenal shown by Martinez.
That's her move right there. We've seen her do that a lot this season, and it's the hop through. It's such a great move as it really throws the defense off. You create space.
Martin the other way. Put back by Warner, who hustled down the floor.
Warner's been really turning it on in a good time of the season for Quinnipiac.
She has 8 in this one, 17 the other day in the win against Canisius.
Playing with a lot of confidence.
And you don't need that on the perimeter on a reach-in.
Now those are fouls that you don't need to commit. Best players don't foul, and it's so important that you stay on the floor.
And we've only played 6:20 into the second half, and it's bonus time for Iona.
make for a real slow rest of the half.
Guastella, second foul. Here's D'Angelo, who was just there. And then Robinson on the hold. Gerador obviously concerned playing with 3 fouls, but Gotze says get back in the game.
At this point, she needs to get her in, and she's got to be smart. But to have her presence on the floor is helpful, but if you're Quinnipiac, you go at her, try to get her that 4th. Iona plays such aggressive defense that they end up fouling sometimes too much because they reach.
The inside game, McQueen goes right after Gerador.
All day. McQueen's going to do that all day with Gerador in foul trouble.
McQueen with 9 points.
This could be a situation here, 10-point lead, where Quinnipiac takes over if Iona doesn't score.
Martinez to the rack. And a new opportunity for the Gales. Adams gets her own miss. See what they call. They're going to call the block foul. Martinez playing with the 2 fouls. They try to get her on the charge.
Martinez trying to hop through 2 players. McQueen not in the greatest position. She was slanted to take that, and so they called the body.
Guastella, her 3rd foul has to go out. Bring Guastella back in. McQueen checking out. So the lead at 10. This is uncharted waters for Iona.
It's tough that McQueen got her 3rd while she was in there with Gerador in the game, because you want her in there to go at her, but I think she'll be in quick.
14 points to match her jersey number for D'Amica Martinez. On the year average 24.5. And it rattles in for Martin.
She's so quick off the bounce. The thing is, that's what Martin wants to do. If you're Iona, you got to know your personnel. It drives me crazy when players that get an opportunity to do what they want to do every time down the floor. You got to make her take perimeter shots.
And obviously that's figured out in scouting, and they've already played a couple times this year.
Yeah, you know each other well. Lay off her and make her hit it from the perimeter.
Here's Adams establishing contact with Napolitano. So 3 on Napolitano. She had 2 in that first half. And Adams back to the free throw line. It's been there 4 times, made 3. Her updated numbers, 13 points and already 14 rebounds. As you see the graphic. 26 double-doubles. Great year as a freshman. Came back here in her sophomore year. First team all-conference player. They found her in Orlando, Florida. I give credit to Ashley Kelly, the 5th-year assistant, for staying on her. Tony Bozzella used to be the head coach. He moved over to Seton Hall. That allowed Gotze to come in and get the job. And Gotze was smart enough to pick up Kelly as an assistant.
Very smart. And Coach Bozzella, when he first recruited Joy Adams, said she's got a Big East and ACC-type body. She's going to be Player of the Year at some point. And he was right about that.
Warner misses. Is it true Bozzella tried to put her in his suitcase and take her over to Jersey?
He did. I think he did. He's done all right without her, though.
He sure has.
He's building that program up.
In the Big East. Adams off the bounce. A whirling dervish move.
What a move. There's so many ways that she can score that it's tough to cover her.
They continue to call this one tight. Powell now has 3 fouls. We go to break.
personal attention I needed. I had a lot of options when I graduated, and as far as I'm concerned, this is my dream job.
Ryder prepared me for my NBA career, and I also got the education that I need for life after basketball.
I had 6 teaching internships while I was at Ryder, and right after graduation, I started a career that I love.
It's knowing that you always compete against the best, while making you become the best that you can be. It's about joining a family with a storied history, where athletics and academics are held to the highest of standards. It's about creating the future leaders of tomorrow, all with the focus on one goal: graduation. It's the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference.
Quinnipiac leading 43-36. You see the numbers after one half of play. They've had the big second half with a +7 in that category. And Mitch Monteguro just spoke to Iona head coach Billy Gotze.
Billy, obviously down 7 or 8 here. What are you going to do to get the tempo up the rest of the game?
We need to just push the ball. You know, we're not doing a very good job of getting the ball, defending, boxing out, and then getting into our rhythm of running in transition. So we need to get back to doing what we were doing well to be successful, and we're not doing that.
D'Amica and Joy are getting most of the points. You're probably going to need some other people to get some baskets. Are you going to try and put the ball, obviously, in those 2 people's hands the rest of the game?
Absolutely. We just want to score as best we can and get to the rim as much as possible. We're in the bonus. We need to attack, and we need to get to the foul line and knock some shots down.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
The Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference at ESPN had very exciting news for MAAC sports fans. ESPN has launched a dedicated MAAC channel available on the Watch ESPN app on Apple TV and Roku devices. All live, upcoming, and replay MAAC men's and women's basketball games will be available on the channel starting today. Olympic sports and non-event programming such as highlights, news, and features will be included in the future. 11:27 left, second half, 43-36, Quinnipiac. Well, Iona finds themselves down here by 7. The number 1 seed coming in. 26 wins on the year. Do they have a shot at the NCAA tournament if they were to lose that in an at-large berth?
Well, Charlie Creve does have Iona in as a 12 seed and Marist among the next 4 out. But if Iona loses this game, I don't see them getting an at-large bid, Dean, because they haven't had a good enough RPI. They haven't really scheduled up enough and gotten those real signature wins. And then losing to Ryder this year, I think, hurt them. Marist later on hurt them as well. So I don't know. I don't see them getting in either if they don't win it.
Long toss inside. McQueen tied up on the play by Adams. Good deflection.
On the other end, I do see a possibility, maybe a little more so, of Marist getting in if they don't win the conference tournament. But that even will be tough because of Marist's losses this year.
Rattled in by McQueen. So McQueen in the ball game, double digits with 11 to go along with 3 blocks. Martinez with a quick release. Martinez now from the field is 6 of 17 and 16 points to tie Adams. Hampshire comes in needing just 7 assists today to become the all-time single-season leader, and it's rattled home by McQueen.
The problem with Iona right now is they're not getting any stops. Quinnipiac is getting down the floor and scoring at will, led by McQueen in the paint, because she's going at Gerador.
That's right, they're going to the bigs.
It's a very smart move by Coach Fabry.
Iona won both regular season matchups, and they were high-scoring games. This one's staying right now in the 40s and 30s.
I said it too. Which team's going to play better defense tonight?
Now wide.
Or today, rather.
So the Bobcats with a lead in the basketball, looking to push it again over double digits. Led earlier by 10 in this half. There's the mid-range game we talked about. Martin off the bounce.
She stops on a dime. I love it in the mid-range. She can really do that well, and it's so hard to cover it.
She has 8 in the ball game.
Keeps that body steady.
Scored 15.3 in a regular season. Martinez Well, Mitch Monteguro asked Billy Gotze about, are you going to go to your 2 proven scores? He said, we sure are. Timeout on the court. And Quinnipiac 49 and Iona 41. We'll be back with more from this venue, the Mass Mutual Center, right after this.
Well, look what the wind blew. Putting the team back together. We need you. That's music to my ear.
It's too easy out here.
Oh, man, match. Oh, baby.
The right education can inspire you to do anything. Challenge yourself. Prepare for success. This is your moment to create, explore, discover, matter to each other and to the world. Be inspired to do anything at Monmouth University, where leaders look forward.
And now my journey across the country's brought me to the lovely city of Boston. Cheers. And seeing as it's such a historic city, I'm sure they'll appreciate that Geico's been saving people money for over 75 years. Oh dear. I've dropped my tea into the Boston Harbour. I guess this party's over.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Well, look what the wind blew. Putting the team back together. We need you. That's music to my ear.
It's too easy out here.
Oh, man, match. Oh, baby.
Welcome back to Springfield, Massachusetts. Quinnipiac 49, Iona 41. Quinnipiac the 4 seed in this tournament. Iona won the MAAC regular season title, co-champs along with Marist with an 18-2 record and 26-4 overall. But again, got the number 1 seed because of the tie-breaking system the MAAC has set up. Stat update. Both teams struggling from the field in the first half. However, Quinnipiac has shot the ball well here in the second half, 11 of 19.
They've definitely answered that first half low scoring, especially early on.
McQueen. Guastella came in and rescued the ball.
Good nose for the ball. Nobody boxing Guastella out. Walks in for that board.
She has 9, average 11 on the season. Adams to 9 there. And it falls for Powell.
I think the big guns for Iona have to step up here.
Wide open Jasmine Martin.
That's a problem. You just have to get back there. That's inexcusable if you're Iona.
Double digits now for Jasmine. Her leading score coming into the game, 15-3 a game.
Well, she didn't play much in the first half, so this has been key, is getting her this half. She gets their offense going, especially the guard position.
Foul to the window, sent on her derriere, and now be 10 fouls on Quinnipiac with a ton of time left here in the half.
Powell off of that ball screen. That is what Iona loves to do in a late rotation defensively. A problem for Quinnipiac, allowing Powell to get that deep in the lane. And Powell has that ability to create the contact. She's so quick off the bounce. Only 3 of 8 today, but she's been known to come up big and down the stretch.
Gillian Abshire in her first foul. Take Abshire out in favor of Ostergaard. And there's that length that Fabry's put onto the court with Guastella, McQueen, and Ostergaard.
I like that move, though, because it creates problems for smaller guards. And I've said this before, but whenever I had a longer player on me, a taller player, I struggled a little bit more than if I had a real quick player. Even if they were quicker than me, I would rather that. But it's disruptive when you've got a bigger player in your face.
Those shooting windows aren't as clear.
Right, exactly.
Guastella will go long distance.
I like the way she's played today. She's really been assertive. You can tell she's got intensity and passion in her eyes. She's ready to play. I love it.
She actually led them in three-point percent at 37% on the release. Adams knocks over McQueen.
Iona really in a drought here, 12-point game. And now this is Quinnipiac's chance to put the nail in the coffin and really try to run away with it here.
Martin will hoist. D'Angelo on the clear.
But that's what you give up. You let Martin take more perimeter shots than letting her get it in the lane.
Martinez to the lane. Drew the foul on the outside. We get a media timeout. 7:45 left here in the second half. Quinnipiac by a dozen in Springfield.
Look what the wind doing. Pulling the team back. That's music to my ear.
The 2014 MAAC Basketball Championship is brought to you by Pepsi Max. 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste. And by Anaconda Sports. Home of the Rock is proud to sponsor the MAAC.
Quinnipiac has opened a big lead here in Springfield, 56-44 after we were tied at 24 at the break. And Quinnipiac, again, the 4 seed, has done it. With that lady right there, Guastella, she's come up big here, especially in the second half, knocking down 4 of 8 shots. But again, they've got that inside game going with McQueen, and Guastella, we just saw her nail a 3.
The reason why Guastella's game is so important is that very reason, Dean, is it opens up the paint. It opens up McQueen inside. So they get the interior and then the exterior going, and that's just real beneficial. And she's been key, 2 of 4 from the 3-point line. And just really being assertive. She's got 12 points and 8 boards, so she's getting second chance opportunities as well.
As we went to the break, Maria Napolitano picked up her 4th foul. That's why Martinez is at the line. Martinez finding her stroke now in this ball game. She's up to 21 points.
You got to make sure you focus on the task. She can go off at any time.
Foul comes away with the theft. The hedge on the outside. Adams, great look, Martinez. You know, Martinez doesn't get enough credit. How unselfish she is. Yeah, she'll take 15 to 20 shots a game, but that look right there.
Right, that double team is what did it. She draws 2 defenders and finds the open player. See, Martinez is so good off the bounce. You see how she takes it here and she draws the help. And that leaves a wide open Adams for a layup. That's why she's good. She's multifaceted.
Yeah, just an astute player. The numbers there. She's taking the 18 shots, perfect at the free throw line. Foul a little bit too strong on the D, bumping on Martin. The officials have decided to call it tight, but they've been consistent in this one.
Yeah, they have. That's one thing you've got to take note of before, during the game is how are the officials calling it, and you play accordingly.
Martin. Strong rebound by Adams. She's got Martinez on the left. She was shooting it before she gathered it.
And that can happen.
That ever happened to you?
Oh, sure.
You're admitting
You're already ready to shoot. That you missed the pass.
You see the ball go through the iron, the whole deal.
Yeah.
Biani played 4 years for Brian Georges. A few years back. I won't date you.
I'm getting older now, huh?
Ostergaard with initiative to the basket. What's the key here for Iona here in the final 6.5?
I think they need to really be aggressive, take it off the bounce, and not turn the ball over like that, because every time they've turned it over, Quinnipiac's capitalized pretty well off of their turnovers, and they've been scoring. And they need to stop, Dean. They're not getting too many stops this half.
And they're not really sure what Quinnipiac's going to throw at them. They've gone inside. They've used the outside game like that right there. Ostergaard, great position.
And he got a rebound. Ostergaard is really finding her spots down low, and this is a pretty big lineup in right now for Quinnipiac. No Gerador in the game at the moment.
Ostergaard, a 51% field goal shooter, and it goes right through the wickets to Adams. Here's the run out by Martin.
Oh, and Martin had that. She should have gone up, drawn the contact.
Robinson playing with 4 fouls. Wrestled away by Ostergaard. Timeout called by Trisha Fabry from the bench. Looks like she's going to take a 30 right here with 5:24 left. She saw her team maybe in a little bit of trouble there in the backcourt.
I do think Quinnipiac's done a better job today taking care of the basketball in the second half. That's helped them a bit.
MAACmerchant.com is the official online store of the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. The store offers championship apparel for all MAAC sports. Visit MAACmerchant.com to get your fan gear today. 5:24 left, second half. Animated crowd here at the Mass Mutual Center. Quinnipiac band in attendance. It's been a great venue over the last 3 years. The tournament will head back to Albany next year, but the crowds have turned out over the weekend. I love that the bands get here, the dance teams, there's so much patriotism, so to speak, for each school.
It's in a great spot. A lot of fans come out, and in these tournaments they send busloads. I know Marist does.
Is Abshire working against D'Angelo?
Iona need to stop here bad.
And the steal by Martinez, and it's poked free. Quick whistle on the tie-up. Gales will keep it. Gerador back in the lineup. She's had a tough day with McQueen.
McQueen has been so physical today. I think that's the word. And she's a physical player, and I don't think Gerador is physical enough with her, so she's really taken it at her and taken advantage of it. She's had no problem there. The best way to really fluster a player is to get physical. I don't think anyone out there can stay with her in that regard.
Gerador injured her knee a couple weeks ago, wearing a sleeve on that left knee.
I think she's afraid of the contact.
There's contact right there by Abshire. Second one on Gillian Abshire, known as Boo to her teammates. Started 65 games in the first 2 years. Washington, D.C. Martinez has the stroke down here today at the free throw line. She's made all 7 of them. Gerador now take it out. Powell back in with D'Angelo, Martinez, Adams, and Robinson. They're going to have to press and try and come away with some takeaways here as they find themselves down 60-49.
They definitely need to turn Quinnipiac over.
Ostergaard with the turn. Knew she had the height advantage.
She's been smooth. She's been really smooth today. I like how she is able to confidently go in and she steadies her body. She doesn't get out of control.
And the jumper by Martinez. The look to 14 here in the late going.
She's come on late.
You look at Ostergaard, who just scored her 13 points. She's doubled her normal seasonal average.
This is the time you want your players to peak.
She's a junior. Verbeek, Denmark, her hometown.
Some players thrive under this pressure. I mean, you get to these tournaments, and that's when the cream really rises, and the best players step up.
Abshire off the bounce. Adams for the clear. Under 4 left here. Martinez for the teardrop. Near save on the end line there by Cannon. 3:45 left in regulation. Quinnipiac in a 10-point lead, trying to pull the upset.
Well, look what the wind's doing. Putting the team back together. We need you. That's music to my ear.
It's too easy out here.
Oh, man. Oh, baby.
Deep within you is a relentless drive. You come prepared. You come willing to work. You come to win. Discover the Performance Protein Bar made just for you. Come ready. 24 grams of protein, 5 grams of fiber, no sugar alcohols. One unbelievably awesome taste. Come ready. You don't quit, and neither should your bar. Come ready for the competitive.
NCAA March Madness is coming to Buffalo. Experience it live.
Brings it home.
As 8 of the top collegiate teams compete for a shot at the NCAA Sweet 16. Don't miss the buzzer beaters. As Cinderellas crash the party at the 2014 NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship. March 20th and 22nd at the First Niagara Center in Buffalo. Affordable tickets now available. Visit ncaa.com/MBB tickets.
Well, look what the wind's doing. Putting the team back together. We need you. That's music to my ear.
It's too easy out here.
Oh, man. Oh, baby.
Quinnipiac 62, Iona 52, the waning minutes of our first semifinal of the day. 3:45 left here in the second. And at 1:30 here in the East on ESPN3. And watch ESPN. Got the 2 seeded Red Foxes of Marist, led by Emma O'Connor, going up against All-Conference player Manisha McKenzie, and the surprise 6-seeded Ryder Bronx.
Should be an interesting matchup. Ryder flying high with some confidence, beating Fairfield, so definitely tune in.
That was a big win. They knocked off Fairfield late here Friday night, the 3 seed. Powell got inside.
Iona's been chipping back into this game, and Quinnipiac's been allowing them to slowly gain offensive momentum.
Abshire getting tied up. Fabry calls for the timeout right in front of the official. That's Kevin Rulin. And Quinnipiac should have 2 timeouts remaining. And you see there the lead of 8. You know, interesting stats as they just handed us after the immediate timeout. Quinnipiac taking a lot more shots than Iona, 63-49. Now, obviously, that has something to do with rebounding as well.
And they're getting a lot of second chance opportunities. 18 points off second chance opportunities, and Iona only 4. So that's a big deal.
The MAAC Water Polo Championship returns to Marist College McCann Auditorium from April 26th to the 27th. Purchase your tickets today at maac.ticketleap.com. Abshire, McQuain out there with Warner, Martin, and Ostergaard. And another foul on the perimeter.
Not too many players can stay with Martin off the bounce. She finds a way to get into the teeth of the defense, and no help.
Well, she comes in the 15th all-time leading scorer with 1,241 points. So Powell has fouled out of this ball game. That hurts him a little bit, especially advancing the ball down the court quickly. As Billy Gotze has some time to get a new player into the lineup.
And that does hurt them because Powell facilitates a lot. She's very quick.
She fouls out with the 10 points.
And she's one of those players that's not afraid to take big shots at the end. So not having her could hurt Iona.
Costello, I should say, McQueen came in from the backside. That's a crafty move off the missed free throw.
Nobody can put a body on McQueen. I mean, this whole day, she's dominated the interior.
So 3 players in double digits here for Quinnipiac. Led by the 15 from McQueen. And something Quinnipiac doesn't want to do here is foul and turn off the clock.
Well, they don't want to send Iona to the line. Iona's a good free throw shooting team, and especially D'Angelo, she's been doing pretty well from the line.
So it's double bonus time for Quinnipiac. I should say for Iona. And there you see D'Angelo. D'Angelo just scoring her 2nd point of the game, but one of the smallest players on the court. She's got 8 rebounds.
Well, that's key for a guard. You want to be that guard that is snuffing out those loose balls, because when long shots are taken, that's a guard's job to go after those loose rebounds that pop out behind the arc.
They break the pressure, no problem. The Bobcats do, who won 30 games a year ago when they participated in the NAC. Both they and Monmouth came into the league this year to form an 11-team league. And a walk is called.
I think McQueen thought there was some contact there. It did look like there was some bumping and reaching.
Jumping into the passing lane was Christina Rubin. First time on the court for her. Eight-point deficit facing the Gales. Martinez from way out. Draws nothing right there. And then she points at her chest at my bad. Abshire has been good this year against pressure situations. The double will come and she jumps into the forecourt. Martin rejected there, and a foul. Martinez came over, but it may go against Adams, who's on help defense.
And Jasmine Martin taking it off the bounce once again. You can't allow her to do that so easily. She gets in the lane. That's her favorite spot.
She has 11 points, 3 of 4 at the stripe.
I just love when she gets to that foul line.
So Adams picks up her 2nd foul. Now Adams with the ball.
Sometimes Adams really fumbles the ball when she's been dribbling lately.
And a rebound foul. Good weak side play right there from McQueen.
McQueen has been so tough, and Quinnipiac has had such a nose for those rebounds, and that has helped them tremendously, especially this half. They've been getting a lot of 50-50 balls. They've been going after the boards, playing really hard.
They're a +9 right now in the rebound category. They have rebounded their opponents by +1 throughout the regular season. The Gales in search of their 27th win and the most important win for them. They want to advance to the MAAC championship game. It will be the 4th time in the program history. They are in a hole right here against the Bobcats. Martinez off the elbow. Big make right there with 1:50 left in the contest.
And Iona needs a make every time down the floor, and they've got to get some stops. But that's a big shot by Martinez. I think in a situation like this, you want to see your player. I guarantee she tries to take over the game. She might end up taking some tough shots. But off of that on-the-ball screen, she just pops out. That's real simple. And now that 2-dribble pull-up, bang. She's money from that angle. She's money from just about every angle, Dean.
She's money when she comes out of the locker room.
Yeah.
When you look at it. Martinez owns 4 of the highest 5 single-game scoring records. This year, she dropped 46 on Ryder and 42 on Columbia.
46 points. I mean, seriously, that's not something you see every day.
16 of 20 from the field, 6 of 6 on threes. Jailbreak there from McQueen, but they're going to pull it back out.
And obviously, you can't always shoot that well, but on a hot night, she's had some of those.
Well, obviously, this is the Bobcats' game to win. They just got to fulfill their opportunities at the free throw line. Both teams double bonus with 1:43 left. As a team this year, Quinnipiac made 71% of their free throws.
It's going to come down to free throw shooting, as per usual in games like these, and you gotta nail them.
Hampshire related to Mike Miller, the NBA Memphis Grizzlies. He played with the Miami Heat. Not a bad teacher to take out in the backyard, shoot the ball up.
It's pretty good. In the blood.
Martinez jump stop. It will be in 14's hands a lot here in the final 90.
She just cut it to 8. You gotta hope now that Quinnipiac has some hiccups by missing some free throws if you're Iona.
Quinnipiac's record the last 3 years, 72-24. The winning mark is 75%. Billy Gotze's only been on the losing end of a game 4 times this year in 30 games. Again, we invite you to stay with us. 1:30 Eastern Time. MAAC Basketball Championship presented by Pepsi Max. The women's semifinals. Mynisha McKenzie coming off another double-double effort, lining up for Ryder against Emma O'Connor and the Red Foxes, the 8-time defending champs of the MAAC. Beautiful pass.
What a pass. Sorry, Dean. You need to jump on your words, but wow.
Really? We both thought the same thing. Martinez banging the scores table. Again, you hit it on the head. Quinnipiac has to finish the game at the free throw line. They're going to advance to the championship round. Take on the winner of the Marist Ryder game that we just promoted after this. Trisha Fabry, what a job she's done. 19th year in the business as a head coach. Cut her teeth in Division II, moved to the Division I ranks. All-time winningest coach of women's basketball for Quinnipiac.
This is a good time for Quinnipiac to pick to really play well. They played well in the second half today.
Martinez continues to add to her total.
She thrives under high-pressure situations.
Playing with the save, and then Rubin on the foul. So for Iona, it appears as they are down by 6, 2 full possessions. Now they're going to have to rely on the selection for an at-large bid.
And they tend to be pretty tough. I mean, they are really, they look at that with a fine-tooth comb. And, I mean, RPIs are really pivotal. And your win-losses against the top-ranked opponents. And, you know, Iona didn't play the toughest teams this year and get that signature win, so I'm not sure. I mean, their signature win was against Marist, really, and when you think about it, I don't know that the selection committee will see it as enough to get a second team in.
We played Bowling Green, who's had a great year early in the season, lost by 1 down in New Rochelle.
That would have been a good win for them.
Timeout from the Gotze bench with 42.4 left.
It's not to say Iona wouldn't do well in the tournament. They've got a lot of players that can play. It's just a matter of when you compare it up against the rest of the country. That's the tough thing. They're so hard. I mean, there's been teams in the past where I thought they would get in, and they did not get in.
Yeah, when you look at it, Martinez, the 7th leading scorer in the nation. Adams, the 4th leading rebounder. That has to add to their cause a little bit as you look here at our bracket. Again, it all started on Thursday. The biggest upset down the bottom of your picture there, Ryder, the 6th seed, coming up with a win against St. Peter's and then moving in late game against Fairfield, down in that ball game by 12 and won it. We'll play Marist in the next game. Blocked by McQueen. And the foul on Adams. 31 ticks left. Quinnipiac, first year in the league and a chance to go to the final in their first maiden voyage.
They're just so excited right now, and what a job that they did today on Iona. And it's hard. It's got to be hard for Iona. I mean, they went this whole season playing so phenomenal, tied for the regular season champions, and don't make it quite to the final.
And Quinnipiac 0 for 2 in the regular season, losing 95-86 to Iona, 80-72.
It goes to show, Dean, anything can happen in this conference. I mean, if you think about it, Marist lost to Fairfield this year. Fairfield just lost to Ryder. Now Marist is playing Ryder today, so you can't take any game lightly.
Here's D'Angelo. Bottles it home, hoping this isn't their last game of this weekend. And the touch foul. It's going to be up to Martin here to make a couple free throws. Iona with the 26 wins in 30 tries and an 18-game win streak, which was 4th best streak in the nation earlier this year. How about them deserving an at-large bid?
You can argue that they deserve it. I mean, they definitely had quite the season. They had they were on an 18-game winning streak, and only a good team can do that. So those are all factors that the selection committee may look at, obviously. So they could get one. I mean, they deserve one in that regard. But like I said, just to logically look at it, I'm not sure what they're going to say regarding their RPI. But they could do well in the tournament if they get in. So
when you look at Marist, who we have in our next game, they played the tougher non-league schedule, going against the likes of Kentucky, Ohio State, Oklahoma, and had a nice win against Bowling Green. McQuain on the theft. In the final 9 seconds, all they have to do is hold the ball. With 5.1 left. You look up here on the video scoreboard, Trisha Fabry still working her sideline. And befittingly enough, Ellen Cannon, a senior, who's played a lot of ball for this team, will go to the free throw line out of Westchester, Pennsylvania. Fabry, 293 career wins in year number 19, leading her team, as it appears, into the MAAC final in her first attempt at it. Martinez taken out, D'Angelo as well.
What a year Iona has had.
D'Angelo with the bear hug.
I think it's good for the league, though, the fact that Iona had the year they've had. And the more this happens, the more potential more than one team will get into the NCAA tournament.
We go final, and Quinnipiac with the upset, the number 4 seed, knocking off the top seed, Iona, 79-68. They advance to the championship game at 2 o'clock on Monday. And they'll go against the winner of Ryder and Marist that we have next on ESPN3 at 1:30 Eastern Time. We've got some interviews coming up. Quinnipiac rejoicing, signaling to their crowd that have come from about 45 minutes away for this game. And they go to the final with an 11-point win in a big second half after we were tied at 24-24. And Iona on the year drops to 26-5, and they're just going to have to hope and pray they get a chance at an at-large bid in the NCAA. Updated bracket. There you see Quinnipiac, the 4 seed. Monday at 2 p.m. ESPNU, awaiting the winner of our next game between Marist and Ryder. Mitch Montegurl has lined up some happy winners.
Trisha, this was all about defense. I had heard all this stuff about offense. This was a great defensive effort.
My team, my staff did a great job. Coaches got the team ready, and players just came ready to play today. We really did a great job in defense in transition, where they're so efficient and so effective. We didn't give them anything easy. And then we just guarded the heck out of the three-point line. So excited for these young ladies. They earned this win today, and they did it on the defensive side.
I thought your bench was key. Ostergaard played great. I thought you subbed well. You were fresh. Team that really goes up and down, and I thought you did a great job with your subs.
You know, Mitch, that's really a strength of ours. We've had a lot of success in the recent years is because we've had a roster full of talent, and whether it was Adelie or Nick or Cammie Warner, Ellen Cannon, it didn't matter. They were ready to play. These young ladies are ready to fight for 40 minutes, and they earned a really great victory today.
Good luck. You're going to the finals. I also got a good Italian restaurant for you.
Great. I'll take it after we're done here.
Brittany, great effort. I mean, inside, you really dominated in the second half. Some great plays in the paint. Was that what the game plan was in the second half?
that's always the game plan, is for me to be strong, for me to do what I do. And they have great inside players, and Joy Adams and Jaredo. So, in the locker room, the point of emphasis was just to be calm, to go out and make sure that we played our game the way we were coached to do.
Coach mentioned the defensive effort. You did a great job on ball screens. You really took the driving lanes away. Terrific job. Scouting must have been really good. You really executed the game plan.
Yeah, Coach Warner did the scout for them, and I think that, seeing them now for the third time really helps. They run a lot of ball screens. They're very good, especially with Martinez coming off. But our game plan was just, to have long, strong hedges and make sure that we were there on the recovery so that the post didn't get easy, ducks into the basket, and that Martinez didn't get anything easy from the three. She ended up with 32 points tonight, I think. She's a fantastic player, and, she's going to have a really great senior year.
Congratulations. You're going to the finals. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Mitch. And that is our Pepsi Max player of the game, Brittany McQueen. What a game she had, Julianne. 17.7 boards. She talks like a coach there with Mitch. She has a future.
Maybe she will be a coach, but she dominated the paint today. She was unbelievable. That was something Quinnipiac's done well all year, and they did it today. And their defense was awesome. They played great.
They shut down the #1 offense in the league and the #1 seed as they will advance to the MAAC final on Monday here from the Mass Mutual Center on ESPNU. Our final score, Quinnipiac 79, Iona 68. Join us for the second women's semifinal on ESPN3. Coverage will begin at 1:30, featuring the second-seeded Marist Red Foxes and the 6th-seeded Bronx of Ryder on ESPN3. For Julianne Vianney and Mitch Bonaguro and our entire crew, I'm Dean Darling saying so long from Springfield, Massachusetts. The preceding has been a presentation of the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference.